We're back in central Illinois for a few weeks. We're visiting family and friends, helping with our old Christmas display, and working on some updates to our camper.
Chickens!
I've got a water pump that seems to be making some noise. The pump is loud enough that other campers can actually hear it in their campsite. What we opted to do is get the Shurflow Pump. Comes with a strainer, some pipe fittings, and then we also opted for the silencing kit. The vibration to that PEX tubing is what's causing the issues. I set my phone up with a decibel meter, and with my talking you can see I'm running about 70 decibels or so. I'm going to have Laura turn on the pump so you can actually hear it. So you can see we're running around 80 decibels, which is above a conversation.
Wow, 83 is a lot.
We plumbed in the new pump. It's a little bit bigger than the other pump. The motor is a little bit bigger, so we weren't able to mount it upright due to the fact that we'll be hitting this cadaver tray, and it just didn't fit in with the existing plumbing very well. This pump can be mounted in any orientation, so I mounted it upside down. Then I mounted these hoses to it. The one thing to remember if you do it upside down is that the flow goes the opposite direction. So your inlet comes here and your outlet is here. They give you long enough hoses that's like 36-inch hoses. So the only thing that I ran into that was a problem is I needed to get some elbows in here on both sides in order to get the hoses so they didn't overflex, so that we had a nice smooth transition from each end of the ends here and going up to the PEX tubing from the coach and from the tank. So I put a street elbow on one side, 1/2-inch street elbow on both the ends of this, and then that way I could create a smooth transition. One of the other suggestions, according to Shurflow, is to mount these hoses to a solid surface to help eliminate some of the vibration going through the coach. I just attached it to the wall with a strap. This one is my inlet. I just mounted it to the wall with the strap as well. I do have the strainer going in towards there because of the amount of stuff that we put in here. And by the way, if you have not cleaned these at least once a year, I would recommend doing that or replacing that screen because they get pretty gucked up pretty quick, even though you filter water coming into your tank. The only other one we had a lot of pump chatter just running the faucets, and it's typically the problem with the shower with the low flow heads. So what you have to do is take a 2mm Allen wrench and stick it into this hole right here, and have somebody up in the faucet turn it on and adjust this until it stops. But don't just use one faucet, use the shower and the sink so that you can get this to run efficiently. All right, can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay. Ready? What's it say? Okay. All in all, other than having run to the hardware store, it seems to work pretty well. We took another one. It's still at 80 decibels, but they have a better vibration control on the pump. I think with the tubing and stuff not vibrating on this, because that old pump just vibrated the PEX tubing, something fierce, and so it resonated through the whole coach.
It sounded a lot better inside when you were doing it. A lot better, even though it didn't look like it on your meter out here.
It seems to work pretty well. Yeah, I got everything tidied up. It's in, and it sounds like it's good. Again, pretty simple, straightforward. It's just a little bit time consuming and wet.